Welcome to the Photos of the Past channel. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe. This photo shows an X-ray technician dressed in protective gear to shield against harmful radiation exposure. The technician wears a lead-covered mask and gloves, along with a thick protective suit, while carefully adjusting the radiology equipment. During the early days of radiology, understanding of radiation risk was limited, and even such protective measures offered only partial safety. This photo shows a device designed to keep a small child still during an X-ray. The machine is shaped like a toy horse to distract and comfort the child. In the 1950s, methods like this were tried to prevent movement during pediatric X-rays. Nowadays, much more advanced and comforting techniques are used for such procedures. This photo shows one of the early radiotherapy machines used in cancer treatment. These massive machines, used in the 1950s and 60s, were designed to direct radiation to patients' tumors. Although primitive by today's standards, these devices laid the foundation for modern radiotherapy, marking a significant step forward in medical science. This photo showcases a device used in electrotherapy treatments in the early 1900s. The patient placed inside the bed was exposed to electric currents in an attempt to treat ailments such as depression, anxiety, and insomnia. At the time, this method was considered a promising treatment, but it often led to discomfort and ineffective outcomes. This photo shows a device used to stabilize a patient's head. Especially in the 1940s and 50s, such mechanisms were commonly used to limit movement during brain surgeries and neurological exams. While it may look intimidating, it helped ensure safer and more precise results by preventing any patient movement. This photo depicts a brainwave monitoring experiment from the 1960s. With numerous electrodes attached to his eyes and head, this individual is connected to a machine to study mental activity. Such experiments were part of efforts to gain a deeper understanding of brain functions. Although innovative for its time, these procedures could be quite stressful for the subjects involved. This photo shows a patient undergoing electroshock therapy in the 1920s, supervised by a nurse. At that time, electroshock therapy was a popular treatment for certain mental illnesses. However, the procedure often left patients with significant side effects. Today, it is performed using much safer and more controlled methods. This striking photo shows an iron lung machine used widely in the mid-20th century, especially during the polio epidemic. This device allowed patients whose respiratory muscles were paralyzed to breathe. The nurse observing the patient through the machine's glass window is a reminder of the medical challenges faced during that time. This photo shows a woman undergoing oxygen inhalation therapy in the 1920s. She is inhaling pure oxygen through a tube attached to her nose. At the time, such therapies were recommended for fatigue, respiratory issues, and even stress relief. Today, oxygen therapy has evolved with modern medical techniques and is administered through more sophisticated methods. This photo shows a man undergoing electrotherapy treatment in the early 1900s. With his hands and feet placed in water-filled containers, a low-voltage electric current was applied to his body. This method was used at the time for treating ailments like rheumatism, nervous disorders, and circulation problems. However, its effectiveness was questionable and often failed to deliver the desired results. This composite photo showcases some terrifying medical devices from the past. In the upper left, a technician in a heavy lead outfit and mask is seen conducting an X-ray, with the attire serving to protect from radiation exposure. In the bottom image, patients are placed in metal cabinets with only their heads visible, likely for hot water or steam therapy. The right image depicts a patient undergoing treatment with large magnetic discs placed around his head, possibly for headaches or neural therapy. These devices highlight the evolution of medical practices into what we know today. This photo depicts a consultation scene with a transparent human model used for educational purposes in the 1950s. In those days, such models were considered groundbreaking in medical training and anatomical studies for their realistic representation of human structure. The doctor posing with his pipe adds an unusual touch of professional seriousness to the scene. This photo shows transparent mannequins used for medical training in the mid-20th century. These mannequins were designed to illustrate human anatomy in detail. By showcasing internal organs and bone structures, they helped medical students gain a deeper understanding of the human body. Today, digital simulations and more advanced models are used for similar purposes. And that's a wrap on our journey through the strange and often eerie world of medical instruments from the past. These tools, though unsettling at times, serve as a reminder of how far we've come in medical technology. From bizarre contraptions to innovative, albeit crude solutions, they paint a vivid picture of a time when medicine was still finding its way. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that like button. Also, we'd love to hear from you in the comments. Which instrument or story fascinated you the most? Let us know your favorite photo or tale below. Stay tuned for more intriguing videos, take care, and stay healthy.